Oh, Prosperina, for the flowers now that frighted thou lett'st fall from Dis's wagon, daffodils that come before the swallow dares and take the winds of March with beauty, violets dim but sweeter than the lids of Juno's eyes or Cythera's breath, pale primroses that die unmarried ere they can behold bright Phoebus in his strength, a malady most incident to maids, bold oxlips and the crown imperial, lilies of all kinds, the flower de luce being one. Oh, these I lack to make you garlands of, and my sweet friend to strew him o'er and o'er.
Plausible the way I'm dressed now with the hat.
It really is. As a thespian sort of, not working right now.
Yeah. But I actually got myself one of these giant berets when I was in Bilbao.
You're a hat man.
I do like hats. I've told you in the past when I've gotten a hat, it's put me in a really good mood. It's made me really happy when I've gotten a hat.
I remember when you visited me in Germany, you went to the hat store.
I got a really good hat. Yeah, I got this. I still have it. It was like this kind of checked hat. It was really good. It was like a hat, a character in a Tintin.
It's a lid. It was a lid, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a Tintin character hat. It looked like one of the bad guys in Tintin or something. Kind of like.
The crazy thing is now, I went to get just a wool hat, which I finally got a good one, but they're the same price as like a fedora at a nice store. They're like every hat's $5 now. So you're like, why not just get a really nice hat? Because
true. Yeah, but a nice hat is a good thing. But I always lose hats. That's why I don't really get a whole lot of hats. But honest to God, I remember I was working in Detroit or something, and I was just it was kind of just miserable, the job and everything, and it was kind of a dismal day, and I walked past a hat shop and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get myself a hat. And when I got a hat and I put it on, I swear to God, it put me in such a better mood. It made me really happy to have a hat on. It was and maybe that's
well, it's definitely weird about men in hats too, because nowadays it's all, especially in America, baseball caps. You know what I mean? Just and you. Then you see these old movies, and everyone's got, every man has that. It's just this odd head obsession.
But it feels like some weird old school holdover thing. I mean, hats must have gone way the hell back. Although I don't think I wonder when people started wearing hats.
In olden days, it seems to be a female tradition.
Oh, is it more than a male thing?
Well, it's always ladies in these old novels always get their hats and stuff when they're going out too.
But there's but in Shakespeare and stuff, there's always taking your hat off to somebody. I doff my cap to you.
Yeah, that's true. But there was also these weird skull cap things they wore then or something. Didn't he have
They also had, I think, kind of crazy. I mean, you see all this like Henry VIII and shit with giant hats. That's really weird. I wonder why the hell hats.
What about that book, The Lodger? Remember that book about Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Living, it's true facts about how he lived with, and the woman made these headgear things.
That's right.
He might have had an affair with her. This guy hinted. I mean,
that's right. Haberdashery. They were haberdashers.
Yeah.
Which I think everything but hats in particular, I think.
Yeah. They were I gotta look into that. They were some kind of almost like a swim cap, sort of crystal-y thing that women wore. I'm not sure.
I remember in that book there just being all this stuff about these crazy wire things, all this stuff.
That's what I mean. Those things, yeah, that they wore on their heads or something.
Right. Oh yeah. They did look like they were kind of goofy a little bit.
Yeah, and this woman was a big maker of that, and he lived in her loft. For a while he lived in London for some years.
That's right, and they think that he was writing in that book. The guy's thing is that he was writing Love's Labour's Lost.
Yeah,
there's all this stuff about hats.
The Winter's Tale.
Because she was French too, so French words are in there and stuff too.
And isn't the other thing there was a legal case among the family?
That's right. Yeah.
People in the family were suing each other for some reason or something like that.
It had to do with their son. I forget what it was.
Right.
But,
and it's the only instance. I think that book was great. You're the one who made it
really cool. Yeah.
One of the coolest books I've read about that stuff. I haven't read that many, but it's there was something that it's the only time anybody has ever. It was the only instance of him speaking Shakespeare. It was sort of because it was an illegal transcript.
That's right. They have a transcript of his statement, or he wrote a statement.
Like evidence we have for him outside of just like people talking about him or like his plays or whatever.
And he's like this weird family uncle for this family. Like suddenly everyone, like they all kind of worship him. And it's really a strange vibe.
There's a cool thing in that book that I remember feeling like it gave you the feeling of like he was just this dude like living upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
all us. Yeah.
Kind of friendly with the family and like hanging out. It was really kind of great. It makes him seem so real.
The neighborhood is really well drawn too, where they live.
Yeah, it makes that whole thing like super come alive. It was like some part of like northwest London or something like that.
Yeah, it was some special neighborhood with its own little church and problems.
Well, but it's like it still was a pretty vast city.
A lot of immigrants were in that area.
Right.
Yeah.
They're all like Huguenots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
they're all like, so weird.
Yeah, London must have been a mess.
It still is a madhouse. It's still such an insane city.
But it's still friendly to books, barely.
Friendlier than a lot of other places.
Will you buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty duck, my dear? Any silk, any thread, any toys for your head of the newest and finest wearer? Come to the peddler, money's a meddler that of utter all men's wearer. Will you buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty duck, my dear? Any silk, any thread, any toys for your head of the newest and finest wearer? Come to the peddler, money's a meddler that of utter all men's wearer. Will you buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty duck, my dear? Any silk, any thread, any toys for your head of the newest and finest wearer? Come to the peddler, money's a meddler that of utter all men's wearer. Will you buy any tape or lace for your cape, my dainty duck, my dear? Any silk, any thread,